Hey, how you going today? Well, I had a chat with someone on the weekend that prompted this next live that I'm about to talk to you about. They were talking about dominating a certain area of their business. They wanted to dominate, but they wanted to dominate the world. You know, they wanted world domination, as a lot of business owners do. And when I posed this question to the gentleman I was talking to, he kind of looked at me a little bit perplexed. And I said, well, what niche do you want to dominate? And he said, well, I don't know, my product's great for everybody. And I said, well, that's awesome. But unless you've got a budget of Coca-Cola to be able to market your business, you really need to first focus on dominating a niche. You can dominate multiple niches over time, but if you can focus on dominating one particular niche and blow that out of the water and really do a great job of dominating that niche, then you're much more likely to have success in marketing. So once we drilled down on the niche that he wanted to dominate, then we were able to say, okay, now how are you going to do that? What are you going to do about it? So what I would get you to think about today is, what niche do you want to dominate? What area in your business, so what customer bucket do you want to absolutely be known as the only choice of product or service that you're offering? So that's the first thing. Think about who that customer bucket is. When I say niche, that's what I'm talking about. Is there a female mother with 2 children, the stay-at-home mum, and you want to be known as the leader in providing a small business option for those women, and you want to dominate that niche? You want to be seen as the expert in that space. Or is it in real estate, but you want to dominate in apartments in your particular area? Rather than trying to be just a general real estate agent like everybody else, how about you dominate in just apartment living in your area, as long as you know that it's going to be potentially a profitable niche? For business coaches, we talk to a lot of business coaches. What's the area? Is it manufacturing that you can dominate? Or is it, gyms? Or could you be a coach and business coach, if it's a business coach, for real estate agents to help them grow their real estate business? Whatever it is, pick that niche. The next thing you need to do is now, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to dominate that niche? So I came up with a few points that might be able to help you. The first thing is, you've got to start creating content and sharing that content. If you want to be known as the dominant person in your area or niche, then you need to get churning. You need to start creating valuable, informative, question answering, thought-provoking content that's going to help you to stand out. Now, whether that be in a blog or a podcast, or, go and follow Gary Vee and watch all the things he does. For our clients, we use the most powerful tool we've ever found, which is a magazine. So we choose the keyword, whether it be, in the pet niche or the health niche or the art niche or in spirituality or whatever it is. We find the word that our clients want to dominate for, and then we create a content machine, which underpins our standout marketing machine, and we use a magazine, and it just catapults. It gives so much credibility to the content. It's really powerful. It's much better than a blog or anything else, because people still value a magazine digitally. We predominantly focus on digital magazines. And yes, you can say, people don't read magazines anymore. I beg to differ. And we've got a really cool strategy that makes sure that every piece of the content that we produce gets read. The next thing is, could you be speaking at events? So where are the events out there that you could possibly be speaking at? So if it's a particular niche, what are the events in that niche where you can get a gig on stage, whether it's for free or a paid gig, where you can share your expertise, which is part of the content that you're creating. You can bring that content in, create a speech out of it, a keynote, a 20-minute, whatever it is, and get known as the person that's, dominant in that niche. The next thing is getting in the media. So could you create press releases around a particular niche? What are the stories behind your niche? What are the things that matter to your niche as far as stories go? And who are the media outlets that are likely to share that? I've got a lot of clients we work with, and they've got stories and they want Channel 9, or, they want to be on a particular, Sunrise program, but they've got to realize that those programs have certain formats, styles of content and types of content that they share. However, let's say you're a business coach in manufacturing, there might be some really great industry magazines that we could float a press release into, and then you could get, a story written on you there where your actual avatar, your perfect customer, is actually sitting and reading. So it's not all about mass media anymore. It's getting your content shared by people that are, the media that are actually speaking to your customer. The next one is positioning yourself. So this all ties in a little bit to what I was just talking about, but you need to find a way to stand out. You need to, your LinkedIn profile is great, but you can call yourself anything on there. So how do you position yourself and come up with something that's going to set yourself apart from the competition? For our clients, it's that they become an editor-in-chief of a magazine. So not only are they the expert in the area, but then they become an editor-in-chief of a magazine in that area, which really is super powerful. Our clients sometimes get a bit, but how do I become an editor-in-chief? I may not be ready yet to be known as the person. Well, editor-in-chiefs, their job is to curate information, to pull in great information and to share that in a particular topic area. So we do that with our clients. We work with them to make them an editor-in-chief. Some people are an author, so they write a book. It's a lot more work and a lot harder, but if that's what you've got, if you've got a book, then make sure people are knowing, on your press releases and the content that you're writing, that you're signing off as yourself, but also author of XYZ book. And let's hope that that book that you've written is actually titled or really obvious that it's important to your niche. That the title of your magazine actually speaks, and, that your niche, when looking at the title straight away, the front cover is super important, that they know that content in that book is important to them and that they want to read it. And then the other one, which some of you might go, well, why would I do this if I want to be known as dominant in my niche? But it's super powerful, which is to stand on the shoulders of giants. So there might be people playing in your niche, not particularly down your exact vertical, but they might be playing in your niche, and you can position yourself beside them. So for me, for example, with Standout Marketing, there are some people that really dominate in digital marketing, like Neil Patel, Rand Fishkin, Ted Rubin. There are people that I really watch and follow. Grant Cardone, I really follow as far as business advice. Gary Vee. And we go out and interview those people so that I can interview them on Zoom, because I get elevation from talking to them. So myself being positioned beside them gives me elevation. It makes me play beside these people rather than behind them. So you might want to start thinking, I think Russell Brunson calls it his Dream 100. We call it our Fabulous 50. But think about the people that in your niche that you could position yourself beside that could really help to elevate you in your niche. So just to recap, think about the niche that you want to dominate. What are the keywords, the phrase, what is the vertical where you want to be known as the number one? Then get to writing content, sharing stuff with the media, speaking at events, positioning yourself with some kind of tool that can help you position yourself, and connect with thought leaders in that niche so that you can dominate beside them, and that will really help you to elevate your brand. So I hope you get away and you start thinking about, hi Joe, that you start thinking about ways that you can dominate in your niche, because there's no point in sitting quietly at your desk today and typing away and sharing nothing with anybody in your particular area and hoping that you're going to be known as your niche, known as the thought leader or the leader in your niche. If you'd like to know more about how we can help you position yourself how to stand out and make sure that everyone knows who you are in your business, then come along to our free event that we're hosting on the 4th to the 6th of October on the Gold Coast. Great chance to have a little getaway. Come along and you'll be learning a stack load about all these things that I've just talked about today. I look forward to seeing you there.